So as every day we start our class about with a discussion of topics we discussed last time. Today also we will start our lecture with the same. The chapter that we are discussing is principle of inheritance and variation. So who is going to brief me today that what are the portions we discussed last time? Dish. Okay, very good, Dish. I think I can count on you every day. Yes, Dish.
Ma'am, firstly we have discussed that Mendel description of Mendel, that who was Mendel and what he has done, and then we have seen the
So we
advantages of
discussed
teaching.
about Mendel. Briefly, we can say that advantage of selecting pea plant we discussed. I think.
And ma'am,
Second thing is we discuss the reason behind Mendel's success. What else we discussed?
ma'am, difference between characters and traits.
So we discussed this point that characters versus traits. And apart from that, we discussed various definitions, isn't it? Lot of definitions we discussed, like what is genotype, what is phenotype. Then we discussed about the concept of dominant and recessive, homozygous, heterozygous. We discussed about homologous chromosome. We discussed about what do we mean by allelomorph or allele, genotype, phenotype. These are the various definitions. Apart from that, we discussed about different existence of DNA. That is, when we call it DNA, when we call the same DNA, when we call it as gene, what is chromosome, what is chromatin reticulum, all these things we discussed in our last lecture. So, is there any doubt from anyone's side? If not, then we will move ahead. Because unless and until this part is clear in everyone's mind, we cannot go for the next part. And remember, beta, unlike the one you had in grade 10, that only simple examples and problems were more common in case of genetics problems or genetic related numerical problems. This time it will not be same. Okay, it will not at all be same. Obviously there will be more complicated problems of genetics, and that will be there. This kind of problems will be there. So I think if your concept is clear from the first day, then only you will be able to understand. So any part, if you feel any repetition is required, let me know now only. Class, I'm waiting for your response. If you say no, then I will move ahead. Should we move ahead with the process? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let us discuss about the next part. So once we are habituated and we are like kind of knowing the definitions and all, we will move ahead towards the next part of lecture, that is about the experiment of Mendel. So we will talk about the monohybrid experiment of Mendel. So what actually was performed by Mendel? Mendel performed crossing. That means, first of all, he isolated, as I already discussed in my previous lecture about the steps of plant breeding experiments. In case of monohybrid cross or whatever experiment technique was adapted by Mendel, he actually performed the similar steps of breeding experiment. What he selected the plants. Most of the cases he tried and selected the pure breed. How can you select the pure breed? By looking into that, there is no alteration in the character by selfing. Their selfing means self-fertilization. And then he performed cross as per as his wish between these two selected breeds. So the most common example I will put here, that is, he performed cross between capital T and small t, small t. This symbol is about the symbol of crossing. So there is a specific way of writing these steps. I request all of you to follow it and kindly write accordingly. In this case, we don't need to mention about male and female, but if any kind of genetics problem, they mention this type of characters are for female or male, you need to mention. Here I am choosing it randomly. So I hope everyone know that this symbol is for what, male or female?
Male.
It is for male. And this symbol, this one is for female. But we need to understand that the meaning, it's very easy to remember. Last time also I told, the female symbol is like a comb and the mirror. And male is symbolizing the spear and the shield. It has a reason of choosing this symbol. Okay, so obviously this will be termed as P1 generation. Why P1? P stands for parental generation. P word stands for parental. And 1 because this is the first generation of parents. Now, next very important thing I would like to mention here is the characters we need to write. Sorry. We need to mention that this is pure tall and this is pure dwarf. Okay. Now, we must understand that pure tall plant is having other characters too. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो मेंडल ने जो when he was performing the experiment, उसने सिर्फ और सिर्फ ऐसा प्लांट लिया जिसमें सिर्फ tall characteristics है. Other characteristics were also there, but he was not interested in transmission of those characteristics. During this specific experiment of monohybrid cross, he focused at one character one time. That's why the name monohybrid means, mono means one and hybrid means one character, heterozygous. So now, obviously, let us see what happens next. At the time of gamete formation, there will be obviously a cell division called meiosis. During meiosis division, I know that we already completed the chapter reproduction. If human being is having chromosome number 46, this question will be directed to Kashish. If a human being is having 46 chromosome number, consider a male person, what will be the chromosome number in sperm, Kashish? Kashish, we cannot hear you, beta. Can you be a bit louder? It's very faint. Others can hear her. Kashish? Yes, Kashish. What is the chromosome number in case of human being for sperm? I think 3 participants are raising hand. But I don't want to hear from the same people every day. I just wanted to know. Kashish, your voice is not coming to me, beta. Kashish answered that for human being it will be 23. So obviously, consider we now, as we know the names of homologous chromosome, in case of human being we have 46 chromosomes, isn't it? Out of that, 23 we get from mother and 23 we get from father. So obviously in this case, if this 23 chromosome consider is having 100 genes, the allelic pair of these 100 genes will be present in other 23 chromosomes. So transmission of half of the chromosome to the next generation means transmission of one gene of the allele. Out of 46, अगर 23 पेयर्स में से एक ही नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में जा रहा है, दैट मींस एलील के जो जीन पेयर है उसमें से एक ही जीन नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में जाएगा, वो कभी भी दोनों के दोनों जीन नहीं जाएंगे. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? इज इट क्लियर?
मैम एक और बार बताओ ना.
मैं बता रही हूँ बेटा. जैसे समझो, लेट मी टेक टॉक विद अ एग्जांपल जो ज्यादा सिंपल आपको समझ में आएगा. कंसीडर करो एक ऑर्गेनिज्म है जिसकी क्रोमोसोम नंबर 2n इक्वल टू 2 है. ठीक है, यानी n इक्वल टू 1 हुआ. सो दिस इज डिप्लॉयड एंड दिस इज हैप्लॉयड. अब मैं आपके लिए एक्सप्लेन करना मेरे लिए आसान होगा. दैट्स व्हाई आई टुक दिस एग्जांपल. अब समझो इसकी एक सिंगल क्रोमोसोम, दिस इज अ हाइपोथेटिकल केस आई एम एक्सप्लेनिंग जस्ट फॉर अंडरस्टैंडिंग. अब समझो इसकी ये दो क्रोमोसोम में से एक क्रोमोसोम इसको फादर से मिला है, एक क्रोमोसोम इसको मदर से मिला है. अब यहाँ अगर कैपिटल टी का जीन रहेगा, यहाँ रहेगा आइदर स्मॉल टी और कैपिटल टी, व्हाटएवर इट इज, स्मॉल टी रहेगा. यहाँ समझो रेड कलर की जीन रहेगी, तो यहाँ उसका दूसरा भी रेड कलर हो सकता है. यहाँ समझो कोई एक कैरेक्टर है लाइक फ्लैट सीड का, यहाँ पे वही सीड इलोंगेटेड रह सकता है, मतलब स्मॉल एफ. अब देखो बेटा, जब नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में व्हेन देयर विल बी लाइक ट्रांसमिशन ऑफ दीज टू क्रोमोसोम्स टू नेक्स्ट जनरेशन, अब क्या होगा, नेक्स्ट जनरेशन को कितने क्रोमोसोम्स मिलेंगे? सिंगल ही क्रोमोसोम मिलेगा, दो तो में ही मिलने वाले हैं, क्योंकि गैमेट बनाते वक्त ये अगर समझो एक ऑर्गेनिज्म है, ये हमारा ऑर्गेनिज्म 1 है, इसको इसके फादर ने एक क्रोमोसोम दिया, मदर ने एक क्रोमोसोम दिया. तो नेक्स्ट जनरेशन में या फिर लेट मी टेल यू एट द टाइम ऑफ गैमेट फॉर्मेशन, at the time of gamete formation, इन दोनों में से एक ही क्रोमोसोम जाएगा, क्योंकि आपको क्रोमोसोम नंबर हाफ करनी है। आई गेस यू अंडरस्टूड दैट। इज इट क्लियर क्लास? दो में से एक ही गैमेट में जाएगा क्रोमोसोम। यहाँ पे दो है इसलिए एक जाएगा, चार होता तो दो जाते, छह होते तो तीन जाते, है ना। सो नाउ द नेक्स्ट जनरेशन इन केस ऑफ गैमेट, जो भी गैमेट वो बनाएगा उसके केस में एक ही सिंगल क्रोमोसोम होगा एंड देयर विल बी क्रॉसिंग ओवर। क्रॉसिंग ओवर इज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट। क्रॉसिंग ओवर में क्या होगा, देयर विल बी रिशफलिंग ऑफ कैरेक्टर। तो हो सकता है कि इसको कैपिटल टी मिले, कैपिटल आर मिले और स्मॉल एफ मिले। जरूरी नहीं है कि यही के यही क्रोमोसोम्स के कॉपी मिलेंगे, बट अल्टीमेटली उसके पास कितने जीन जा सकते हैं, एक कैरेक्टर के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल। समझो दिस इज कैरेक्टर नंबर 1, दिस इज कैरेक्टर नंबर 2 एंड दिस इज कैरेक्टर नंबर 3। ये तीनों कैरेक्टर्स के एक एक ही जीन जा सकता है, दोनों के दोनों जीन नहीं जा सकते। अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
सोच
ma'am.
लो। आई डोंट वांट दिस काइंड, ये स्मॉल स्मॉल डाउट्स और सिलेबस्टिक्स मुझे बाद में भी नहीं चाहिए। सो आई विद द होप दैट यू अंडरस्टूड दिस पार्ट। Now you tell me, in case of the above mentioned situation where capital T is there, after meiosis gamete formation में यहाँ कितने genes जाएंगे? In case of capital T, only one will go. हम इसको encircle कर देते हैं to make us understand कि ये gamete है। इसके केस में भी वन ही जाएगा, small t। अब gametes can be n number। समझो उसने 100 गैमेट्स बनाए, बट हर एक गैमेट में कैपिटल टी ही जा सकता है क्योंकि उसके दोनों जीन कैपिटल टी है। अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? यस और नो?
Yes, ma'am.
तो
Yes.
अब जब ये दोनों गैमेट्स फ्यूज होंगे, मतलब यहाँ हम स्टेप में लिखेंगे फर्टिलाइजेशन। आई सजेस्ट कि आप जब पहली बार क्रॉसिंग करो तब आप ये स्टेप्स लिखना, मियोसिस एंड फर्टिलाइजेशन। ये आपको मिस्टेक नहीं करने देगा कि क्रोमोसोम नंबर हाफ होगा, ये आपको रिमाइंड करवा दे। तो ये दोनों की फर्टिलाइजेशन से ऑब्वियसली जो ऑर्गेनिज्म बनेगा दैट विल बी हैविंग जीनोटाइप कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी। अब इसको हम बोलेंगे F1 जनरेशन। व्हाट डू वी मीन बाय F1? F1 मींस filial generation. Filial means offspring. Offspring generation 1. So that's why F stands for filial generation. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to do the selfing. Selfing या self fertilization. It was very easy in case of pea plant because it is a self-fertilized plant, as I mentioned. Basically, selfing के केस में लिखा जाता है कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी, क्योंकि जो फीमेल या मेल पार्ट की जीनोटाइप तो कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी ही होगा इन केस ऑफ कैरेक्टर टॉल। सो इसको हम बोलेंगे दिस टाइप ऑफ टॉल, ये भी टॉल ही होगा बट इट्स नॉट सेम टॉल विद द प्योर टॉल। सो यू विल यूज द टर्म हियर हाइब्रिड टॉल। So this is also hybrid tall and this is also hybrid tall. Now who is going to tell me in case of gamete formation what will be the types of gametes? याद करो नीचे हम हमेशा नंबर नहीं लिखते, we write types of gametes. So what are the types of gametes possible in this case? Who is going to tell me?
Capital T, small t.
Yes, Dish. Capital T possible है? What we discuss now? पूरी रामायण पढ़ने के बाद सीताराम की कौन थी? I can see one hands raised. I will ask that person. Bolo. Yesha bolo. Speak Yesha.
Ma'am, capital T and small t.
Yes, one will be capital T, one will be small t. Dish, we need to understand बेटा कि कभी भी किसी भी गैमेट में दोनों जीन एलील के नहीं आ सकते. Understood? So this is also capital T and small t. And now basically एक square draw किया जाता है here. It is called checkerboard or Punnett square, named on name of Punnett. Checkerboard, it's very easy to construct. Number of gametes we will look for plot here. We will write it like this. Capital T, small t. These are gametes. In this case, there is no difference between male and female. So it is very easy to draw the checkerboard. But it's not that easy if the problem is a bit complicated. This will be P2 generation and this will be the F2 generation. So here it will be again this side also capital T and small t. Now why I am writing here in this checkerboard like this? Is it clear to everyone? Think and let me
Yes,
know.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? Now what I need to do is I need to multiply this with this. जो ये बॉक्स होगा उसके एडजेसेंट जो सेल्स होंगे I need to multiply them or I need to put these characters together. So here in this case it will be this and this. That's why I am writing here as, that is why I am writing here as capital T, capital T. If possible, you can write here pure tall just to understand. Now, this box is having this box and this box together. ये वाली जो box है इसके adjacent box है ये और ये. Because obviously fusion of gamete will be one from mother, one from father. तो mistake करके ये वाली box नहीं लेना है. हमें कौन सी लेनी है? Father की तरफ की box और mother की तरफ की box. So obviously it will be capital T and small t. Next rule, while writing the genotype, it's always that the dominant character will be in capitals and recessive character will be in the same letter small. जैसे अगर वो tall है तो tall के लिए capital T, dwarf के लिए small d नहीं होता. It is always small t, same letter से इनको represent किया जाता है. दूसरा, whenever you are writing about hybrid, it is always dominant gene is coming first, then the small one. जैसे capital T, small t. So it will be hybrid tall. Now in this case, I guess who is going to tell me what will be here? Priyanshi, can you speak? Priyanshi. प्रियांशी कहाँ गए तुम? So very good Nakshatra. It will be capital T here. No, sorry, it will be capital T, small t here, and it will be small t here. So this will be also hybrid tall, and this will be pure dwarf. Now we will learn how to write the genotype and phenotype. That is the part we need to know. Here, while we are writing genotype, we will actually write it like this. Genotype will be, while writing genotype, we need to always see the construction of gene. We don't have to see the character. वो जीन की वजह से उसमें कौन सा कैरेक्टर आ रहा है, that is none of our business while writing the genotype. So here 3 types of genotype is available: capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, and small t, small t. So their numbers are 1 each to 2 each to 1 respectively. Okay. While writing phenotype, we don't have to see what gene it has. Only we need to focus in the character. So obviously we need to write here tall each to 1. अब वो tall pure tall है या hybrid tall है, there will be no difference in the tall plant when we are looking into the structure. अब आप पूछोगे तो मेंडल को कैसे पता चला कि जीनोटाइप कैसे है? उस टाइम पे तो उसके पास डीएनए या क्रोमोसोम देखने की कैपेसिटी नहीं थी, तो जब उसने रेशियो बनाया तो कैसे उसको पता चला कि ये प्लांट प्योर था या हाइब्रिड था? That I am going to tell you once we are knowing the laws of Mendelism. Then I will tell you. उन्होंने back cross किया था, कर करके जाना था कि is that tall plant pure tall or is it hybrid tall? So tall plants, what is the number? 3, and dwarf plant number is 1. So this is how genetics problems are solved. Have a clean detailed look into it and let me know at any point if you have any doubt. Should I consider this silence as agreement of understanding the content, and should we move ahead? Class? So now I want to change the, I want all of you to note this down in your notebook, and once you are done with it, then I will give you a genetics problem, you need to solve it. ठीक है, लिख लो सभी अच्छे से पहले. I know for this class you need to sit with your pen and paper available with you. So take your time and write this part. Once your writing part is done, raise your hand so that we can move ahead. And try and write fastest, but do not miss any step. So we are going to solve this problem. Once you are done, kindly show me the result, whatever result you got. You need to write down the data in proper way, make the checkerboard, and then write down the genotypic and phenotypic, or rather to say, let me write it here, genotypic and phenotypic ratio. I asked a very simple question that in this the pure plant with red flower as dominant character. So here red flower is the dominant character. So I will write capital R because red is the dominant character. Below that I will write red flower. I didn't mention gender, so I can put anyways, whatever I like. Is crossed with a hybrid red flower, means its genotype will be capital R, small r. Okay. So now, I don't know from where you found out four types of gamete: pure red flower, and it will be hybrid red flower. Do not follow the prototype. आप लोगों में से सभी ने क्या किया है, चार गैमेट फाइंड किया है. कहाँ से चार गैमेट्स होंगे? I told you at the beginning only we need to focus on the types of gamete, not number of gamete. In this case, only one type of gamete is possible, that is capital R. In this case, two types of gametes are possible, capital R and small r. So if I am writing like this, if I am making a checkerboard, it will be very simple kind of checkerboard, जहाँ पे here in the female part there will be two options, that is capital R and small r. In male part there will be only one option, that is capital R. So one organism will have capital R, other will have capital R, small r. From where you got small r? कहाँ से मिला आप लोगों को? हाँ, येशा, फिर किसने दिखाया मुझे? जिया ने, रिश्का ने. स्मॉलर कैसे होगा बेटा? दूसरे में स्मॉलर है ही नहीं. अंडरस्टूड एवरीवन? सो दिस विल बी प्योर रेड, दिस विल बी हाइब्रिड रेड. तो जो इसकी जीनोटाइप होगा वही फिनोटाइपिक होगा. जीनोटाइपिक रेशियो क्या होगा? जीनोटाइप विल बी RRH2 RR. So it will be 1:1, and phenotype will be all red. So it will be all red. So no ratio will be there. अब आप बताओ आपने क्या मिस्टेक किया? One by one you will tell me. सबसे पहले जिया बताओ क्या गड़बड़ की जिया?
मैम मैंने यही किया था.
आपने ये किया था? आपके चेकर बोर्ड में चार गैमेट्स थे बेटा.
मैंने चेकर बोर्ड आपको दिखाया नहीं, मैंने फर्स्ट ही स्टेप दिखाया, फिर आपने येशा को बोल दिया.
अच्छा, तो येशा ने किया होगा वो. येशा बोलो चार गैमेट कहाँ से आया? निशा, आर यू देयर?
मैम मैंने प्योर रेड में से 2 गैमेट्स ले लिए थे.
अच्छा, 2 गैमेट लोगे तो भी तो उसमें कैपिटल आर ही होगा ना बेटा. स्मॉलर कहाँ से मिला आपको? स्मॉलर तो होगा ही नहीं ना. इट्स नॉट पॉसिबल टू हैव स्मॉलर. सो
Yes,
आप यू बी स्केप्टिकल एंड ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड द कंसेप्ट. ठीक है, ये प्रॉब्लम और उसके ये जो आंसर हमने किया है, ऑल ऑफ यू राइट इट डाउन. Once all of you done with it, let me know, raise your hand so that we can move ahead. जिया ने तो लिख ही लिया है. जिया, sorry, you have to wait for some time बेटा. Is it clear to everyone? Class?
Yes, ma'am.
So I got many thumbs up. So such kind of questions will come. We will have a special lecture related to it. So I am not proceeding with further problems of such kind, because generally once you get the concept, then it is very easy for you to solve the problems. We will now talk about the laws proposed by Mendel. Okay. So Mendel proposed a few laws. So one of the law is law of dominance. So law of dominance says out of two genes from an allele one will be one which is expressed in hybrid will be dominant. Okay. So the question is, there is exception to this law. Okay. So we need to talk about the exceptions of this law. Exception of this law is called codominance and second one is incomplete dominance. So let us understand what do we mean by codominance and incomplete dominance. Okay. So first we will look into incomplete dominance because it will be easy for you to understand. Here this word will say a lot about the dominant procedure. जैसे कि जब हम प्लांट देखते हैं कैपिटल टी स्मॉल टी में, कैपिटल टी इज द टॉल प्लांट एंड स्मॉल टी इज द जीन व्हिच इज रिस्पांसिबल फॉर कैरिंग द डॉर्फ कैरेक्टर. इनकम्प्लीट डोमिनेंस तब बोला जाता है व्हेन neither of the gene are dominant. So what is incomplete dominance? Neither of the genes of allele are dominant and none of their characters are expressed in hybrid. Hybrid has altogether different character than both parents. So how it is done? This is an experiment. See, Mendel's criteria was he performed this experiment with Physarum sativum plant, and I told you he was very lucky that the things were quite different in case of Physarum sativum plant. It's not true for all plants. So actually there is a plant called Mirabilis jalapa. which is also known as 9 o'clock or 7 o'clock plant, because it flowers during that time. So when experiments, similar kind of experiments, monohybrid cross was performed in case of Mirabilis jalapa, a strange thing was observed. Consider a red flower plant is crossed with, actually we should not write it like this, with white flower plant. Then in F1 generation, the plant which is hybrid will have neither white flower nor red flower, it will have a pink flower. Now, you may have a question that why none this occur? Because see, formation of a color is attributed due to a specific gene, and that gene is responsible for formation of that pigment. अगर किसी फ्लावर का कलर रेड है, that means वो फ्लावर में एक रेड पिगमेंट प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है. अगर कलर व्हाइट है, मतलब उसके पास पिगमेंट को प्रोडक्शन को इंस्टिगेट करने वाली जीन जो है, दैट इज एब्सेंट, सो दैट्स व्हाई इट्स कलर इज व्हाइट. So in case of hybrid, some amount of pigment is produced, but not like the parent which is pure breed. That's why its color is not red, it is pink in color. So this type of characteristics, when neither red nor white is dominant, the hybrid is having some different types of characteristics. We call it incomplete dominance. Is it clear to everyone? Any questions, anyone? Class, waiting for your response. Anyone, class? Any doubt? If not, then also confirm so that we can move on.
No, ma'am.
So the next example of exception is quite different, that is called codominance. So what occur in case of codominance? Here all the genes of allele are expressed in hybrid. To discuss about this example is blood grouping. I hope you know about the blood grouping methodology, all of you. I think we discussed also in erythroblastosis betalis. So if a person is having genotype AA, that person will have blood group A. If it is having a BB, blood group will be D. If genotype 00, it will be O. And if it is in case of AB, the blood group will be AB. Why? That means the A antigen as well as B antigen is expressed. So all these three are homozygous. Sorry, here these three are homozygous. Now, who is going to tell me what may be the probable heterozygous alternative? If it is AO, which is obviously heterozygous, it will be also A. If it is BO, which is obviously heterozygous, in this case also it will be B. And O is always homozygous. O can never be heterozygous. And AB is always heterozygous. It can never be homozygous. Understood, everyone? Is it clear to everyone?
मैम एक बार फिर से समझाओ.
Chalo, I will clear this part and understand. Make you understand. Let me actually erase this. It will be easy for you to understand that. While discussing blood group, I mentioned that A blood group मतलब उसकी RBC के ऊपर A एंटीजन होता है ना? So अगर हम लिख रहे हैं किसी का genotype, and if we write if it is homozygous, I am explaining it as H, and heterozygous, I am explaining at HE, and here I write the blood group. So for A blood group, two types of genotype is possible. One is capital A, capital A. Means in that person, both the genes are having A antigen bearing protein bearing production of gene. So genotype will be capital A, capital A. So obviously it will be homozygous. Second option for blood group A is AO. O means 0. That means no no gene present over there. So it will be heterozygous. For blood group B, it can be BB, homozygous again. It is BO in case of heterozygous. And O is OO, it is always homozygous. And AB, that is genotype will be AB, and it is always heterozygous. So here codominance is observed only in case of AB. Why we call it codominance? Because here the person having AB blood group on RBC, the antigen of A as well as the antigen of B is expressed. It's neither, कि ऐसा नहीं है हाइब्रिड अगर वो है तो उसके केस में आइदर A आएगा या B आएगा, तो A भी डोमिनेंट नहीं है, B भी डोमिनेंट नहीं है, दोनों एक्सप्रेस हो रहे हैं, दोनों की इक्वल कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स अपनी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक मेंटेन करके एक्सप्लेन हो रहे हैं. What is the difference between incomplete dominance and codominance? In case of incomplete dominance, the offspring will not have character of this parent, not have character of that parent. Now उसका flower red है, now उसकी flower white है, उसकी character कुछ अलग ही है. But in case of codominance, the person with have AB blood group will have character of A blood group as well as character of B blood group. So that's why we use the word codominance. Is it clear to everyone? Think and
Yes,
let me
ma'am.
know. I
Yes,
guess
ma'am.
there should be no doubt in this now.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay. So this is the first law. We will talk about the second law. That is called law of segregation. So what do we mean by this word segregation? It means separation also. Segregation means to get separated. So what is this law says? First, let us understand the statement of the law, then I will explain. Here you will write is the two genes. I am not giving you actually the bookish definition, because that you are going to get in book. You are going to get it in each study material you refer. I am giving you generic definition which are in easy language and which will be very easy for you people to understand with example. So the two genes of allele may be there in an organism, that is obviously if it is diploid, but at the time of gamete formation, only one gene will be transmitted to gamete. We already studied this part. I already explained this to you कि जैसे कि अगर कोई capital T small t है, this is present in two an organism. Gamete में either there will be capital T going or there will be small t going. It's not possible in case of gamete to have both the genes. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the law where no exception is there. So this is like till date it is accepted widely, and it's known as one of the most what I can say versatile of law of Mendel, which is applicable to almost all diploid organisms. Okay, so these are the two laws he formulated after his experiment with monohybrid cross. Now, next important thing I wish to discuss with you is two things. One is called test cross and the other is known as back cross. What do we mean by these two terminologies? You know, I was asking you कि consider करो कि मेंडल ने एक plant देखा, it is tall. So how he will understand कि it is pure tall or if it is hybrid tall? क्योंकि उस time पे it was not possible to have a look into DNA sequencing and all. तो कैसे उनको पता चला? How he was so correct in predicting the ratio? Okay. Basically, there is a method which is called test cross. By this method, we can check if the organism is pure or hybrid. So what we need to do is, we need to, in this case, we need to cross the doubtful organism. So let us write down here the doubt to confirm if it is hybrid or pure. This is the aim of this experiment. So to cross the doubtful organism with homozygous recessive parent. Okay. So what is the result? How can you predict through the result? If there is ratio of 1:1 in case of monohybrid cross. And in case of dihybrid cross, it is 1:1:1. Dihybrid cross we will see tomorrow. That means it is hybrid. If only one type of plant produced, so that is how. Let us do the calculation and understand. Consider तुम्हारी जो doubtful case है वो hybrid हो. So in that case, if you are crossing it with the homozygous recessive parent, homozygous recessive parent इसका होगा small t small t. Homozygous है क्योंकि दोनों t है और recessive क्यों, क्योंकि दोनों जीन recessive है इसी. So in this case, gamete produced will be capital T small t. It will be producing only one type of gamete, that is small t. If this is fusing with it, the organism produced will be capital T small t, and if these two are fusing, it will be producing small t small t. So you will get ratio of tall H2 dwarf, that is 1:1. तो अगर रेशियो में आया, that means it will be a hybrid. अब देखो, if we are crossing, consider करो the doubtful plant is homozygous. In that case, if you are crossing it with recessive parent which is homozygous, both of them will produce one type of gamete, and these two will finally fuse to produce one type of plant only. There is no ratio. So it shows that it is pure. तो हमने ये find out किया कि ये pure है, and this case we found out it is hybrid. So this is how, by doing the cross with the homozygous recessive parent, it is very easy for us to understand if the organism is what I can say, hybrid, or it is this one pure. Clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Am I audible and the screen is visible clearly? So what is back cross? Back cross is very simple. If organism is crossed with any of the ancestors, मतलब it may be parents or maybe the parents of parents, अगर उनमें से किसी के साथ भी आपने क्रॉस करवाया, then it is called back cross. जैसे कि कंसीडर करो आपने कैपिटल टी ली, you took small t, there is production of a hybrid. Okay, now if this hybrid is crossed with, consider करो capital T, or it may be crossed with capital T small t, this type of cross is called back cross. क्यों? क्योंकि ये तुम्हारा F1 और ये तुम्हारा P1, तो जो F1 में मुझे मिला, that is crossed with the P1, so that type of cross is known as back cross. Is it clear to everyone? Lot many calculations, lot many different approach. This chapter is very interesting if you understand, otherwise very boring. So which one do you think is correct? Is it interesting or boring? In class? Interesting, isn't it? So up to this only, I will conclude my lecture over here. I would like to hear if you have any doubt. Anyone, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
So आज कौन sum up करेगा कि हमने क्या क्या पढ़ा? एक बार माइंड में रिकैपिचुलेट कर लेते, देखे बगैर. What we studied today? शुरुआत से. Who is going to give me a brief? Yes, Dish. चलो, Dish हमारा लेक्चर शुरू करता है, खत्म भी करता है. वेरी गुड. Dish, can I ask Yesha for a change? चलेगा?
Yes, ma'am.
येशा बोलो, चलो. Speak up, beta.
Ma'am, monohybrid.
So we first studied what do we mean by monohybrid cross, isn't it? क्यों उसको
Yes,
monohybrid बोलते हैं? And then येशा.
Ma'am, then we discussed about cross fertilization.
Cross fertilization. Yes, crossing.
Yes, ma'am, crossing and selfing.
Very good.
And then you gave the question.
So we learned how to calculate the ratios of monohybrid cross. We
Yes, ma'am.
saw that how to calculate the genotypic ratio, phenotypic ratio. और फिर हमने एक problem लिया genetics का, जो अलग था, and some of you misinterpreted. So next time we need to be careful and underline the words so that we can understand. No problem, we can have some special classes for genetics problem only. No worries about that. I can assure you, if you pay attention, all of you will be confident. Then we studied the laws of Mendelism, isn't it? Dish?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the names of two laws?
Law of segregation and law of
Dominance.
independent.
And now I wish to hear from Shama. What are the exceptions of these laws? Shama? What are the names of exception of these laws? Who is going to tell me? Quickly raise hand. Yes, Jia.
Dominance and incomplete.
Codominance and incomplete dominance. Codominance example is AB blood group, and incomplete dominance Mirabilis Jalapa. And then we studied test cross and back cross. That's all from my side today. I will upload the lecture. Go through it kindly and keep your doubts ready. Tomorrow we will look into a bit more complicated thing, that is this one, dihybrid cross. Okay. So that's all from my side, class.